Hello, beautiful souls. So I have to admit that this must be probably the 5th time I'm recording the Twin Flame Basics video for the Advanced Lightworkers discussion group. This is how much I love you guys. It just keeps going wrong. So we will now do take 5. I'm Shimmery from the Advanced Lightworkers discussion group, and it's really nice to have you here discussing Twin Flame Basics. Alright, so in order to understand twin flames, we need to go back to the beginning, and we need to look at the idea that souls are created or birthed like human beings are birthed. When a new ego identity in a soul is created, it's got to be birthed. It kind of has parents. It comes from somewhere. Two beings got together and they decided to create it. So other souls that were created around the same time as you in the same geography are known as soulmates. These beings often grow up with you. They're like your kindergarten class, okay? About 40% of the time, souls that are created or birthed split into identical twins, and these are what we know as twin flames. So to answer your very first question, no, not everybody is going to be a twin flame. However, everybody on this planet right now can be a twin flame. But when you go and equal it out across creation, only about 40% of the soul energy turns into twin flames. Okay. So, you've got these identical twin souls. And when you think about these identical twin souls, the best way to think about them is to think about a yin-yang. So it splits, and they're identical, but they are dualities of each other. In many cases, that means that they're opposites or polarities. So the one may be black, the other one will be white. The one will be good, the one will be bad. The one will be male, the one will be female. The one will desperately want a relationship, the other one will avoid relationships and run away from them. The point of the twin flame in some of the instances of twin flames, and this is where we get to the first distinction. So the first distinction is creating love twin flames. The point in a creating love twin flame is to reconcile these opposites or dualities, because when you reconcile them, it releases absolute creation energy. The reason that it does this is because twin flames are a recursion of the original act of creation that created the first twin flame. Identical twins are a recursion, so a repeat of that energy playing out on a physical level. That's why you get identical twins. Okay, so now we understand how it recursively can play out at different levels. So when we decided on the twin flames that we're going to come to this planet, we said, okay, we've got the empaths and they're going to be taking energy into their lives, all the negative energy, and they're going to be really going through all the hard work and doing the hard stuff inside themselves. When it comes out, the energy will be clean, and that's fantastic. But we need to add some energy, some good, new, fresh creation energy, and that's what twin flames can do. So some of the twin flames were sent you, and we said, if you land up with your creating love twin flame, then your job is to take all these opposites and dualities in your relationship and find reconciliation. And every time you guys find peace, and with the addition of the karma that's involved in each of those situations, it will release a big burst of energy that will add fresh energy to Earth. So that's the one group of twin flames, creating love twin flames. The second group of twin flames is where Brandy, our twin flame queen on the group, steps in. She is an expressing love twin flame. So now for many creating love twin flames, actually when they meet their twin flame, they know it's special, but it starts with hell. And even if it doesn't actually start with hell, there's usually an incident in the relationship very quickly that makes things go chaotic. Like one of the partners finds out about a child they didn't know they have. Like, you cannot believe how common that specific recursion amongst twin flames is soon after they get involved, the guy discovers that he has a child by another woman that he didn't know about. That particular recursion first happened to me. I was quite blown away when it did. So Brandy is an expressing love twin flame, and she's going to tell you that when they get it to one, once they got it together, everything is perfect with them, and it just works so well, and it just flows so beautifully. And their job is to be the balance and maintenance, but their main job actually on Earth right now is the unification aspect. Expressing love twin flames will see each other and come together in spontaneous tantric union because they see each other and they love each other so much they want to be together all the time. And that energy is unification energy. And by being on the planet, they are starting the urge and the surge to oneness, which is what we as the Mara collective are actually here to do. So now the next big question, do you have more than one twin flame on Earth right now? Yes, you do. But there will always be one that is going to be the most important to you. And that is going to be determined by who you are now, the lessons that you have to go through now, who that person has become, and whether you are an expressing love or creating love twin flame. I'm an expressing love. I'm a creating love twin flame. I like to fix the problems in my relationship. I like to see my partner getting better. I like to see me getting better. I like to see us getting closer. And then when we come together in those moments of reconciliation, to release our big bursts of energy. People like Brandy are expressing love twin flames, and they want to keep that happy flow going and keep pulling energy back towards them all the time. And which twin flame you're going to attract towards you is going to depend on who you are, who you've become, and what really works for you in your life. So if you are looking at two twin flames, which I'm also going to say to you is way more common than what you think it is. If you are looking at two twin flames, you need to look at them and you need to determine which one allows you to express love. So which is the easy relationship where stuff is already established, and which is the one where you're going to have to work on building it. That's going to be the two differences. If you are not a person who likes fixing problems, go for the easy relationship. If you are a person who loves fixing problems, go for the relationship where you have to build it. This must be about you expressing the kind of love that comes naturally to you. It doesn't matter what you choose, though. There has been catered for everything. So even if you don't get it right because you are a twin flame this time, or you've chosen complete twin flames because your mirrors weren't correct, then keep going. There are other twins. We can zap people in from other realities. We can introduce walk-ins. Nothing is impossible. Use the full spectrum of every idea you can imagine. If the universe can deliver us here and get all this information to us, I promise you they can zap another soul in from another timeline and clone it in to make sure that you get the twin flame that you deserve and need. I believe in miracles, so should you. Turtles all the way down. Love you fiercely. Mwah.